My child, listen to me closely. You are not called to live out your final days in anxiety, weariness, or dread. That is not my will for you. From the moment I formed you in your mother's womb, I destined you to live with power, with peace, and with clarity. But there is something you must understand clearly now. Fear is not just a feeling. Fear is a force. It is a thief. It robs my people of the joy I have promised them. And if you are not careful, fear will quietly become the loudest voice in your life. Do not allow it. There are voices around you that do not come from me. They speak in news headlines that stir your worry, in conversations that drain your courage, in the whisper of doubt that comes late at night when your body feels weaker and your thoughts run wild. In this season of your life, these years where your soul should be more anchored in me than ever, the enemy works harder. Yes, even now. Especially now. He knows the influence you still carry, and he wants to weaken your voice. He wants to distract your heart with what-ifs, with fears about health, about money, about your children and grandchildren. But hear me. None of those fears belong to you. Did I not say in my word, "Do not fear, for I am with you"? That promise did not expire when you reached a certain age. That truth is not only for the young or strong, it is for you now. It is for your quiet mornings, your sleepless nights, and every moment in between. I have not changed. I am the same God who parted the seas, who shut the mouths of lions, who raised the dead, and I am the same God who stands by your side today. But I will not compete with the voices you allow into your heart. You must make a choice. There is no neutral ground. Either you are feeding your faith or you are feeding your fears. If you spend your mornings soaked in the world's panic and not my promises, what do you expect to grow in your spirit? If you spend your evenings glued to screens that broadcast hopelessness, do not be surprised when your heart feels heavy. My child, this is not judgment. This is correction spoken in love. You cannot walk in victory while holding hands with fear. Turn away from the noise. Limit what enters your ears and your eyes. That doesn't mean you bury your head in the sand. I gave you wisdom, and I want you to be aware, but not overwhelmed. Discernment is knowing what to consume and what to cast away. Some of what you're watching, listening to, and discussing is not strengthening you. It's poisoning you. Yes, even the conversations with old friends who spend more time rehearsing problems than proclaiming my promises. You must learn to guard your heart fiercely, for it is the wellspring of your life. Would you allow poison in your food? Then why allow it in your spirit? You say, "But God, I want to stay informed." I tell you, stay transformed. What I have given you is enough. My word is your compass, not the evening news. My spirit is your guide, not the fearful opinions of those around you. And my presence, oh, my presence is your peace. But you must choose to draw near. Every day you have the power to choose what you allow into your soul. Do not wait for fear to retreat on its own. Cast it out with the authority I have already given you. And you must also understand this. The fears you hold on to don't just affect you. They affect the generations beneath you. Grandchildren watch their grandparents. Children watch their aging parents. The way you live, boldly or fearfully, echoes through your lineage. What do you want them to remember? A life of worry or a legacy of unshakable faith? I am calling you back to focus. Let go of the scrolling. Step away from the panic-driven conversations. Stop letting others define what is worth fearing. Come back to me. Sit with me. Open my word and let it wash over your anxious thoughts. Replace the noise with my voice. Even if you must repeat my promises out loud, do it. Let your ears hear truth. Let your home be filled with peace again. You still have much to give. Do not let fear silence the wisdom I have poured into you over decades. You have walked through wars, pandemics, personal losses, and pain. Yet you are still here. That is not random. That is purpose. And I did not preserve you this long so that you would cower now. You were born to finish strong. But strength will not come from the world. It will come from me. So I say again, limit the influences that feed your fears. Be ruthless about it. Turn off the broadcast if it steals your joy. Leave the conversation if it diminishes your hope. Refuse to entertain the lies whispered in your ear when you lie in bed. Instead, call on me. Say my name. Speak my truth. Remember that every time you resist fear, you make room for faith. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are not at the mercy of this world's chaos. You are mine, and I am not shaken. Let me be the loudest voice in your life. Let my peace drown out the panic. Let my promises silence the what-ifs. And let this be the chapter of your life where fear loses its grip once and for all. I am with you. I am for you. And I am not finished with you. My beloved, now that you've begun to quiet the voices that feed your fear, it is time to fill that silence with something greater. The voices that lift your spirit, restore your peace, and awaken your faith. I did not create you to live in spiritual silence. I created you for connection, with me, with my word, and with those who carry my spirit. You must draw near to what strengthens your faith, because the closer you come to me, the more you will remember who you truly are. There is no age limit on faith. Do not believe the lie that says spiritual growth is for the young, or that your season of revelation has passed. I still speak, I still move, and I still desire to do a new thing in you. But you must position your heart to hear me clearly, and to hear me you must lean into the right voices. You've lived long enough to know this. Not every voice deserves your attention. Some speak with eloquence but carry no truth. Others shout with urgency but offer no peace. I want you to be drawn to the voices that carry my breath, those who stir your faith rather than starve it. That means seeking out those who speak from my word, not from their own opinion. It means spending time with people who have walked closely with me, who encourage you to trust me deeper, not question me more. Look back on your life, the moments when your faith felt alive, vibrant, and unshakable. Was it not because you were surrounded by the right people? Was it not because you fed your spirit with my truth? So why, now in these treasured years, would you settle for silence or shallow company? Find those who still speak my name with reverence. Draw near to the ones who remind you of my faithfulness, not just in general but in your story. The ones who remember when I brought you through surgery, through heartbreak, through years of uncertainty. The ones who say, "Remember when God showed up?" These voices are sacred. They carry power because they carry memory, and faith grows in the soil of remembrance. I also want you to draw near to my word, for it is a living voice. It is not outdated. It is not irrelevant. It is alive, even now. Every page carries breath. Every verse carries promise. When you open it, you're not just reading history. You're receiving instruction, comfort, correction, and truth. Let my word be louder in your ears than the doubts in your mind. Even more, I want you to hear from my spirit. My spirit still speaks, in whispers, in nudges, in the quiet moments when the world is shut out. But you must learn to slow down and make space for him. If you never sit still long enough to listen, how will you recognize my voice when I speak? Too many of my children rush through their days, filling their minds with busyness and never giving me a moment to speak life into their soul. Take time. Make time. You've earned the right to live unhurried. In these years, you are not meant to coast. You are meant to deepen. You are not meant to withdraw. You are meant to overflow. But that will only happen if you stay connected to me and surround yourself with those who remind you who I am. And yes, sometimes that means letting go of old companions who no longer encourage your faith. I know that is not easy, but not every long relationship is a right relationship. If someone consistently drains you, if they mock your faith or dismiss your spiritual hunger, then it may be time to love them from a distance. That is not cruelty. That is wisdom. You can still love others without giving them the authority to shape your thinking. Seek out fellow believers who are still hungry for me. There are more of them than you realize. They may be in your church, in your community, in a prayer group, or even across the phone line. They may be younger or older. Age does not determine anointing. What matters is that their voice points you to me. Build fellowship again. Reconnect with those who stir your spirit. Because when my people come together and speak in faith, chains are broken, hearts are healed, and courage rises. You were not meant to walk this road alone. You were not meant to navigate these later years with only memories and regrets. I am still speaking fresh hope over your life. I am still calling you to purpose. But you must guard what you hear. The voices you allow into your soul will either push you toward my promise or pull you away from it. My child, make your home a place of holy sound. Let my music play softly in the background. Let my word be read aloud. Let laughter and prayer rise again in your living room. Invite my spirit into your day from morning to night. Speak life, and seek those who do the same. You've carried many burdens in your life. Let me carry you now. Let the voices around you be ones that echo my truth, that you are chosen, that you are loved, that you are protected, and that you still have a divine purpose in every breath you take. Draw near to me, and I will draw near to you. My beloved, hear me now more clearly than ever before. You may have walked through many seasons, times of abundance, times of loss, moments of triumph, and valleys of sorrow. But through them all, I have never left you without what you need. I have never asked you to face life with empty hands or a weakened spirit. Everything you've needed, every tool to endure, to grow, to overcome, I have already placed within reach. You are never without my tools. I do not send my children into battle without armor. I do not call you to walk through trials without giving you the strength to endure. Even now in your later years, I have not withdrawn my help. In fact, now more than ever, I want you to lean on what I have already provided, my word, my spirit, and my presence. Let me speak first of my word. It is not merely an old book, collecting dust or sitting idle on your nightstand. It is your sword, your anchor, your shield. When your heart is heavy, it speaks peace. When your mind is clouded, it speaks clarity. When your spirit feels dry, it becomes living water. I have written my truth not just for scholars or preachers or the young in faith. I wrote it for you. Every word, every promise, every whisper of hope is yours to hold. Do not underestimate the power of even one verse. When your body feels frail, let my words strengthen you from within. When memory fades, let my spirit bring my promises back to the surface of your soul. And when the world speaks confusion, let my truth be your compass. You are never too old to receive fresh revelation. My word is timeless, and it continues to breathe life into those who return to it, again and again. Now hear me. My spirit is also with you, not just in the church, not just in the sanctuary, but in your home, in your quiet moments, in the stillness of your heart. My Holy Spirit is not distant. He is not silent. He is your helper, your comforter, your guide. He whispers when fear shouts. He strengthens when you feel weak. He leads you into peace, even when the path ahead looks uncertain. You may feel that your physical body has slowed. Your steps may not be as quick as they once were, but the spirit within you has not aged. He is just as powerful now as he was the first day you believed. He still stirs dreams. He still releases wisdom. He still speaks truth. And he is still your direct line to my heart. You do not need to wait for a church service or a Sunday sermon to experience my spirit. Right now, wherever you are, you can close your eyes and feel my presence fill the room. You can lift your voice, even if it's a whisper, and call out to me, and I will meet you there. The same spirit who raised my son from the grave lives in you. And if that spirit lives in you, then no fear, no sickness, no discouragement can hold you down. And yes, my presence. Oh, how I long for you to know just how near I am. You are not alone in your living room. You are not alone in your hospital bed. You are not alone in the silence of your home or the quiet of your thoughts. I am there. I am not watching from a distance. I am sitting beside you. My presence does not grow weaker with age. It grows deeper. When you invite me in, I do not visit. I dwell. I stay. I walk with you. I sit with you. I speak to you. And I carry you when your strength is gone. Many of my children, as they grow older, begin to feel invisible. They feel forgotten by the world, by their families, even by the church. But I say to you now, I see you. I remember you. I know your name. And I have never stopped preparing good things for you. Your life still matters deeply to me. Your prayers still reach my throne. Your words still carry weight in the heavens. You are not retired from your spiritual purpose. You are equipped. You say, but Lord, I have so little. I say to you, you have everything you need. You have my word, sharper than any weapon. You have my spirit, stronger than any fear. And you have my presence, more comforting than any hand that could hold yours. These are not just ideas. They are the tools that carry power, real power, even now. When you feel weak, speak my promises aloud. When you feel forgotten, call on my name and feel my spirit wrap around you. When you feel like you've lost your usefulness, let me remind you that every day you breathe, you are still being used by me. Your prayers still push back darkness. Your worship still rises to my throne. Your faith still sets examples for those watching you, even when you don't realize it. You are my warrior. You may be older, but that only means you have seen more of my faithfulness. You have endured storms. You have walked through fire and come out stronger. That wisdom, that testimony, that faith, it is a weapon, and it is a light for those behind you. So take up the tools again. Open my word. Let it speak again. Call upon my spirit. Let him fill you again. Rest in my presence. Let it heal you again. You are not without help. You are not without power. You are not without purpose. You are never without my tools, and with them you will finish well. My dear child, now that you have turned away from fear, now that you've drawn close to the voices that build you up and embrace the tools I have given you, it is time for you to live in the fullness of what I always intended. Overflow. I do not desire for you to barely make it. I do not want you to live out your remaining years clinging to survival. I have called you to walk in abundance, in peace, in purpose, in supernatural overflow. You must understand something sacred. Your age does not limit me. Your physical strength may fade, but my power in you has not. My anointing upon you does not lessen with the passing of time. No, it deepens, it sharpens. I have been preparing you for this season your entire life. And now, as you continue to walk in obedience, by protecting your heart, feeding your faith, and using the spiritual tools I've placed within your hands, your life will begin to overflow, but not in the way the world defines it. Overflow in my kingdom is not about possessions. It is not about appearances or applause. It is about your spirit becoming so full of me that it spills out onto everyone you encounter. It is about peace that remains unshaken, even when the world trembles. It is about wisdom that flows like a river to the generations behind you. It is about joy, pure joy, that is not tied to circumstances, but to me alone. Can you feel it rising? That stirring inside of you, that sense that there is still more I want to do through your life. That is not your imagination. That is me. I am awakening the rivers that have been lying dormant within you. I am calling forth every seed of faith you have sown over the decades. Every tear you have cried in prayer, every moment of obedience, every act of kindness, generosity, and worship. I am gathering them, and now I will pour back into you in ways you cannot even measure. You may have thought your impact was finished, But I say your greatest impact is just beginning. Because when you walk in overflow, you don't have to strive, you simply abide. And my spirit flows from you. Your presence begins to change rooms. Your words begin to heal wounds. Your prayers begin to shift atmospheres. Not because of who you are, but because of who I am in you. I am not calling you to try harder. I am calling you to walk closer. As you abide in me, not occasionally, not casually, but intimately, your life becomes the vessel I pour myself through. And what happens when a vessel is filled to the brim? It spills, it overflows, and that's exactly what I want your life to do. Overflow into your family. Your children and grandchildren need your voice, your wisdom, your unwavering faith. They need to see that even in your later years, your fire for me has not gone out. They need to hear your stories, not just of the past, but of what I'm doing in you now. Don't underestimate the power of a faithful elder. You carry an authority they don't even recognize yet, but they will, when they see me moving through you. Overflow into your community. Whether you live in a bustling neighborhood or a quiet retirement home, I have placed you there on purpose. There are still lives I want you to touch. There are still lonely hearts who need your encouragement. There are still neighbors who need your prayers. You may think you're just one person, but when one person is filled with my spirit, they become a flood of hope to everyone around them. Overflow into the church. Your generation carries something sacred. Endurance. Faith that has been tested and proven. Do not stay silent. I want your voice in the sanctuary. I want your hands lifted in worship. I want your wisdom poured into the younger ones who are hungry but don't know where to look. Don't retire from ministry. Reignite it. I'm not finished using you. In fact, I'm just getting started. And overflow even into your own soul. You have poured out so much for others. Now let me pour into you. Let me restore your joy. Let me renew your energy. Let me refresh your vision for the days ahead. You are not on the sidelines. You are not forgotten. You are my chosen, my beloved, and I am bringing you into a season of spiritual overflow that will defy your expectations. All of this, the peace, the power, the clarity, the joy, it comes not from striving but from walking. Walking in the truths I've already given you. Walking in the discipline of my word. Walking in the strength of my spirit. Walking in the awareness of my presence. And as you walk in this, not in fear, not in confusion, but in obedience, your life will overflow. And hear me now. The overflow is not just for you. It is for the broken who will find healing through your words. It is for the lonely who will find comfort in your presence. It is for the wandering who will find direction through your faith. You will not simply end your days watching life go by. You will end your days making an eternal mark. This is your calling. This is your reward for your faithfulness. This is your inheritance. You've come a long way. You've endured much. And now, you walk not in emptiness, but in overflow. My favor surrounds you. My grace sustains you. My spirit fills you. And I am walking with you every step of the way.